through life's toughest questions. Some authors don't just tell stories, they challenge us, pulling us into the depths of the human soul. Today, I want to talk about one such author, Dostoevsky. His works are often dark, grappling with the painful, complex aspects of life, but his insights into human nature have stayed with us because they reach beyond time and place. So let's uncover why his ideas still speaks to us so deeply and what they reveal about the human condition. Have you ever wondered why some books stay with us long after we turn the final page? Some authors don't just write stories, they dig into the human soul, exploring questions that have puzzled us for centuries. He did not shy away from the darker side of life. His works tackle human suffering, existential angst, the search for meaning, and the inner battle we all face. His characters struggle, they question, they make mistakes, but through it all, they teach us something profound about what it means to be human. One of his most powerful insights is his exploration of duality, the idea that humans are a blend of good and evil, kindness and cruelty. We are not one-dimensional. His characters often shock us, showing the best and worst of humanity within the same soul. They reveal our potential for compassion alongside our capacity for harm. For him, this duality isn't just a flaw, it's what makes us human. We are driven by conflicting impulses, torn between our higher selves and darker instincts. Characters like Raskolnikov in Crime and Punishment commit horrific acts, yet they are haunted by conscience, by the weight of what they have done. This inner conflict shows us that being human means constantly struggling with these parts of ourselves. Dostoevsky doesn't give us easy answers, but he makes us question who we are beneath the surface. Suffering is an unavoidable part of life, but he saw it as more than just a burden. He believed that pain has a purpose. It shapes us, forces us to look inward, and ultimately leads us to a deeper understanding of ourselves. In his world, suffering is almost sacred, path to transformation. His characters don't simply endure pain, they are transformed by it. Think of the Brothers of Karamazov, where characters confront profound suffering but find moments of a spiritual awakening. Dostoevsky believed that without experiencing pain, we remain shallow, untested. Through hardship, his characters discover inner resilience and compassion. The lesson here, suffering can destroy us, but if we allow it, it can also be the very thing that helps us grow. Are we free, or are our lives already mapped out? He was captivated by this tension between free will and fate. His characters are often on journeys where they make life-altering decisions, sometimes driven by passion, sometimes by desperation. For him, freedom is both a gift and a heavy responsibility. His characters have the power to choose, but they must live with the consequences. Crime and Punishment is a perfect example. Raskolnikov believes he can act above morality, but the weight of his actions pulls him down. Through his characters' struggles, Dostoevsky teaches us that freedom isn't about acting without restraint. It's about facing what we unleash through our choices. It's a call to understand that, in the end, we are the authors of our destiny, for better or worse. He knew that life without purpose can feel hollow, even unbearable. His characters are often driven by the need to find meaning, whether through faith, love, or simply by confronting their own darkness. He wasn't afraid to question the existence of God, the value of morality, and the struggles of the human soul. Faith, for him, isn't an easy solution, it's a battle. Characters like Alyosha in The Brothers Karamazov embody a deep, often troubled spirituality. He's tested, doubts arise, but through it all, faith becomes a grounding force. He suggests that we are all on a journey to find meaning, and that faith, whether in God, in others, or in ourselves, can be a light in that search, a way to rise above despair. Shots of loneliness is a constant theme in Dostoevsky's world. His characters are often isolated, misunderstood, cut off from others by their own minds or by society's judgment. This isolation isn't just physical, it's a spiritual solitude that speaks to the modern soul. But he also shows us why connection is so vital. Isolation can drive us towards darkness, but empathy can save us. In Notes from Underground, the protagonist protagonist retreats from society, building walls around himself. But Dostoevsky's message is clear. While we might seek isolation, it's through connecting with others, through compassion, that we truly come alive. His characters remind us that even in most isolating moments, reaching out can be our salvation. In his view, human beings are more than just rational minds. His characters often overthink, dissecting every motive, every action, until they are consumed by doubt and paralyzed by analysis. He questioned whether logic alone could make sense of life or guide us to happiness. Through figures like Underground Man, Dostoevsky explored the idea that our reliance on reasons can actually alienate us from our emotions, spontaneity, from joy. Rationality has its place, but life isn't a math equation. It's unpredictable, often messy. He reminds us that wisdom doesn't come solely from logic, but from balancing thought with feeling, intellect with intuition. His characters often rebel against society's expectations. They question the rules, defy authority, and refuse to conform to a narrow vision of success. This rebellion isn't about rejection for its own sake, but about seeking authenticity. He believed that society can restrict us, limiting potential by imposing rigid ideas of morality and success. True individuality, he suggests, when we challenge these expectations and live in alignment with our own truths. Through rebellion, his characters aren't just fighting society, they are finding themselves. His works don't give easy answers, they reflect the messiness, the beauty, and the struggle of life itself. His characters face challenges we all recognize: the search for meaning, the battle between good and evil within us, the desire for freedom, and the need for connection. His lessons resonate because they remind us, even in our darkest moments, we have the strength to seek truth and live authentically. His world is both haunting and beautiful, mirroring the complexities of the human soul. His stories invite us not only to understand his characters, but to understand ourselves a little more deeply. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment down below.